This episode of My Two Satoshis is brought to you by AdBank Network's newest software called Blade. Blade is a revolutionary ad blocking software that earns you ADB tokens while browsing the web and simultaneously blocking all other ads. Visit www.blade.software to learn more details and download their Chrome extension. Find the link in the description below. Yeah, I like this. You can't stand up. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It's July 4th, 2019. Shout out to my man Anwar for this one, man. I had to add this to the list, man. I'm rocking with this UK joint right here. Stormy's Vossy Bop. Never heard of it. This is fire right here. So I'm definitely going to be rolling around bumping this one. Thanks for the song request today. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to another episode. Today, we are going to be looking at Tether and its migration to the Ethereum network. They've started their migration from, I'm assuming this is from the Omni network, which is on the Bitcoin platform, over to the Ethereum network with their ERC20 token. So we're going to look at that. And also, we've got out of the Bitcoin is an article that talks about the core flaw in the $100,000 Bitcoin prediction. I'm always looking to see what the other side has to say, and I thought this was an interesting one here because I think that Bitcoin will hit 100,000 right around its next halving, maybe shy of 100,000, 80,000, 75,000. That's 100,000 to me. That's much higher than where we are today. So let's take a look at this article out of the Bitcoinist about this prediction and its flaws. They say, lastly, Litecoin outperforming the top 10 cryptos ahead of its halving coming up in August. And again, this is why I think we're going to see Bitcoin do very well ahead of its halving as well. It's just about where the move up starts. Is it going to start right here, or is it going to start when it's at, I don't know, 20, 30,000 leading up to the halving? It's all about where it starts, but it will definitely do a double or more from where the market starts to price in this halving. So we're going to take a look at all three of those articles for today. But first, heat map, Coin 360. We got Bitcoin up 1.8% at 11,600. Ethereum down slightly at $292. Litecoin up 3% at 122. EOS down 2.5% at $5.84. And Binance Coin looking kind of bullish today, up 2.8% at $33. Let's take a quick look at the technicals. As you can see, ABC pattern completed. We're in the middle of the D pattern. Now we do have to get above this area right here, which is around 12,450. So if you see that, you know that we're definitely on the way out of this ABCD and moving to another high. We're going to probably try to test this 14,000 area. That would be the next move. However, we have to finish the pattern. And, you know, things don't go up in a straight line. So you may see something like this as we head up. Or it could be a bear trap. And we could see things head further down and you know, kind of break that trend line again. I personally think we're heading higher, but again, you have to let the markets let you know which way to go. So far, so good on the positive trend we're in Bitcoin's price and trajectory. And before we get started, shout out to my channel sponsors, Moon Lambo Tees. Got one on right now. You can save 10% if you use the word CryptoBlood10, and also smartcash.cc. Check those guys out. Faster than Visa and MasterCard. No transaction fees. Pretty dope as well. Good community. And I actually don't have any more slots. I just got to put the new company up. We'll be doing that over the weekend. So we're all filled up. But definitely check those guys out if you're interested. First article is about this flaw in the whole $100,000 Bitcoin prediction. Let's look at what they have to say, because I think we surely will hit 100,000. Or near 100,000 in 2020 sometime. So it says the price of Bitcoin has plunged more than 15% from its 2019 high of 13,868 but that is not deterring investors from making bold, bullish predictions for the cryptocurrency. Anthony Pomp, co-founder and partner of Morgan Creek Digital Assets, is the latest to join the rank of bulls who believe Bitcoin's price could hit $100,000 by 2021. The former Facebook executive borrowed his bullish bias from a so-called halving event next May that will slash the supply rate of Bitcoin by half. That would make the cryptocurrency scarcer than it already is. On the other hand, an increase in demand would prompt people to bid for Bitcoin at higher rates. Pomp said on the show, supply-demand economics remain valid. They are a great way to determine the market price. So if the demand for a fixed supply asset increases, we continue to see prices appreciate. I agree with him. Halving has historically done well for Bitcoin. Every 4 years, the cryptocurrency's underlying algorithm reduces the supply of Bitcoin by half. In the beginning, the cryptocurrency daily issuance rate was close to 7,200 at a block reward of 50 Bitcoins. Following the first halving in 2012, the regular issuance got reduced to approximately 3,600 Bitcoin, with the block reward going down to 25 Bitcoin. And in the next, the numbers got slashed another half to 1,800 Bitcoin daily issuance at a block reward of 12.5 Bitcoin. By May of 2020, the block reward will get cut to 6.25 Bitcoin per block, while the daily issuance rate would be at around 900 Bitcoin. Simultaneously, the price of Bitcoin noted 4-digit percentage gains upon every halving event. Following the first supply rate cut, the cryptocurrency noted a 7,900% surge in its spot rate, and after the second, it rose by 2,900%, as further illustrated in the chart below. So as you can see, guys, these are the performance figures after each halving. However, this article states that there are doubts about this next halving. It says the all-time highs achieved during each halving also followed more substantial downside corrections. After December 2nd, 2013, the day Bitcoin established a new historic high of $1,163, the price pursued a strong downtrend, eventually falling by approximately 86% from the local top. Similarly, following the next all-time high formation on December 16th of 2017, which was near 19,000, Bitcoin corrected to the downside by approximately 83%. But I think what this article is not illustrating is that the move from 1,100 all the way down was more so, and I remember this was more so because of fundamental issues with the market. We had Mt. Gox going on. That definitely took a lot of air out of the market. So I don't know. Let's read the rest and see what they have to say. There were also other catalysts at play during the so-called halving uptrends. In 2013, the Bitcoin price boom came ahead of the hack of Mt. Gox, the largest cryptocurrency exchange of that time. Willie Report later claimed that shady people in Mt. Gox were artificially inflating the Bitcoin price using bots. The next halving uptrend of 2017 had also experienced shady market behavior, in that a massive influx of new blockchain startups conducted billions of dollars worth of crowdfunding rounds, all raising funds in Bitcoin. That increased the demand of the cryptocurrency, which sent the price to an unrealistic price of $20,000. That's not true. Most of the funds, I think, were raised in Ethereum. But let's see what they have to say. Eventually, more than 90% of those startups failed and probably sold their Bitcoins to cover their losses. The result was a strong downtrend that brought the cryptocurrencies down to as low as 3,100 in December of 2018. So the article's final thoughts are that Bitcoin has outperformed every major and minor asset this year in terms of returns. The world's first and foremost cryptocurrency in June towered above $13,500, bringing its year-to-date return close to a whopping 275%. That happened after major financial firms like TD Ameritrade, Bakkt, and Fidelity Investments announced that they would offer Bitcoin trading services. With that said, Bitcoin had every reason to rise based on speculation of real demand, if not real demand itself. But saying it would hit $100,000 is nothing but a crystal ball prediction. No evidence shows a broader demand for Bitcoin related products as of now. And I mean, I understand what they're saying, that there's no real demand for Bitcoin, but it doesn't matter. This is a purely speculative market right now. And so if you're going off just supply, demand, economics, it's definitely going to go much higher. And you add that FOMO in there, it's going to happen, people. I really do. And I have a chart. I don't know if I have it right now, so I don't have that image that I wanted to show you. I'll try to find it, but this chart really tracks Bitcoin and its price compared to the halving events. And it said, and I agree with how they're formulating this, we're going to see about $75,000 to $80,000 Bitcoin by the time we see the next halving. Even if we get to 50,000, 60,000, that's still significantly higher than where we are today. And a lot of those appreciated assets or gains in Bitcoin are going to spill over into the good projects in the alt market. So this is they really did not give us any valid reason here in this article about why it shouldn't go to 100,000, which is interesting. So I have to give this one a thumbs down. They definitely didn't give us a good argument as to why it won't go to 100,000. You guys let me know your thoughts. Is Bitcoin going to hit 100,000 by next year? Actually, Pomp says 2021, which is even a longer runway. It's definitely going to be at near 100,000 or above it by 2021, in my opinion. And that's X any technical bug that could pop up. Any of those type of outlier events, of course, that we definitely wouldn't hit it. But X any of that, just pure fundamentals, supply, demand, economic, is definitely going to hit to 100,000 for sure. Next article out of CryptoVest, Tether starts migration to Ethereum network. It says after Binance announced it would switch to Ethereum-based wallets for USDT, Tether also started minting new ERC20 coins. The greatly loved or hated Tether is evolving and may end up moving more coins to the Ethereum network. A day earlier, Binance announced it would close withdrawals for Omni-based USDTs and switch to ERC20 wallets, in effect serving as a token swap mechanism. Later, the CTO of Tether explained the move by stating that more USDT would be moved. So here's his tweet on that whole situation. Tether will burn some of the tokens but end up with a bigger supply on the Ethereum network. Currently, there are 1.2 billion ERC20 tokens, with 100 million tokens minted on July 4th. The technological shift in USDT may have repercussions for multiple assets. Until recently, ETH has been one of the altcoins receiving the most robust USDT inflows, boosting its price above 300 and showing relatively strong growth in 2019. But ERC20 tokens are transferable with greater ease and may end up boosting liquidity on decentralized exchanges as well. Yeah, I agree with that part. Currently, more than $3 billion equivalent flow into Bitcoin in 24 hours based on CoinLib data. Inflows to Ethereum are much lower at around 600 million. Only a handful of leading coins receive USDT inflows, thus having the potential for higher liquidity and price gains. The switch to Ethereum network also reawakened talks of a flippening based on the observation that Bitcoin's price rise reached peak levels only after more and more USDT entered circulation since 2017. For now, it is impossible to determine what effect it would have on the market prices and dominance. Even ERC20 coins can flow into Bitcoin through exchanges. Using Ethereum-based tokens is also relatively easy and more accessible through MyEther wallet. So what do you guys think about this whole move? Do you think that this is going to add liquidity to the market for altcoins that reside on the Ethereum network and subsequently increase the demand and price of those ERC20 tokens? Let me know in the comments below, because I really actually think it will, but I want to get your thoughts on that as well. So that could be something to look forward to, and maybe want to kind of price that in as you start accumulating more ERC20 altcoins. Last article out of CoinDesk, and it is about Litecoin outperforming the top 10 cryptos ahead of its August reward halving. And we just talked about halvings with Bitcoin and it reaching 100,000. Let's take a look at what they have to say about Litecoin outperforming. It says, with the supply of new coins to be halved in less than 5 weeks, Litecoin is outpacing its peers. The fourth largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization is currently trading at $123, representing 5% gains on a 7-day basis, according to data source CoinMarketCap. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, the top cryptocurrency by market value, is currently reporting a meager 1% gain on a weekly basis. Other top 10 cryptocurrencies are trading mixed as seen in the table below. So we've got weekly gains here. Bitcoin won year to date 217%. That's great. Ethereum year to date 120%. That's also excellent. And then we've got, look at Litecoin. Boom, 305%. That is crazy. Bitcoin Cash is up there too, 162%. EOS 133%. But my coin, Binance coin, 481% returns. Those who hold that along with me are doing very well there. Can't complain about that. So as you can see, I mean, aside from Binance coin, Litecoin is number 2, Bitcoin number 3, Bitcoin Cash number 4, and EOS number 5. Goes on to say Cardano down 10% is the worst performing top 10 cryptocurrency over the last 7 days. ETH, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and EOS are all flashing red as well, but Binance coin is up a staggering 481% on a year-to-date basis, followed by Litecoin up 305%. It goes on to say Litecoin's recent relatively shining performance could be associated with the mining reward halving due on August 6th of this year. While it's logical to expect the cryptocurrency to rise further in the run-up to the event, the upside looks limited. After all, LTC has already witnessed phenomenal growth in both price and non-price metrics so far this year, and is currently up more than 300% on a year-to-date basis. All in all, the market may have largely priced in the reward halving already. In fact, if history is a guide, the probability of Litecoin witnessing a sharp pullback in the run-up to August 6th event is high. And I've told you guys this. I said this because I've seen these halvings before, a few of them. That's what's going to happen in my opinion. It's going to crash afterwards. So if you're, want to lock in gains, that should be done right. I mean, you can start locking in gains now, to be honest with you. You won't be able to scrape the pot, people. You never will get all the profits. So again, if you were smart, you would start locking in those gains all the way up until August. Let that bad boy pull back and double your Litecoin amount. You selling your Litecoin back to lock in profits is not disowning the community or turning your back on the community. No, that has nothing to do with it. It's no emotions here. That's how you should treat this. So lock in those gains. What you don't want to do is panic and sell at the bottom like some people did, like one person did, and probably many followed them. You don't want to buy at the top and sell at the bottom. No, you buy when they're low and you sell into it toward the tops. Don't follow that JSNIP 4 regimen. Please, it'll be a losing one. It goes on to say here, it is worth noting that Litecoin had nosedived from $8.72 to $2.55 in 6.5 weeks leading up to the previous reward halving, which took place on August 25th, 2015. I remember that. Technical charts are also signaling a scope for a near-term price drop. So again, this is just another warning from Crypto Blood to you, all those Litecoin fans out there. Great community. I definitely love the Litecoin family. They're not as aggressive and negative as many of these other coins are. So kudos to the Litecoin fam, and just lock in some of those profits if you hold some. And this is not financial advice. I'm just saying this is what happened in the past, and this is what I've done in the past when trading Bitcoin and Litecoin. Coming up to these halvings, just make sure you lock in those gains, people. But that's pretty much it for today. Again, shout out to my man Anwar on YouTube for that song request. My Brothers Don't Die, We Just Bossy Vop by Stormzy. This is a hot joint right here. Enjoy this day off, people. It's my two Satoshis. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell to support this channel. July 4th, 2019. I'm out here, people. Holla! Yeah!